He got a 3,
2, 1. Hey,
ooh, we
baby.
back, baby.
We back. We here, baby.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
You know, Mace is gonna sue you for that shit, right? He's
We
gonna
here,
sue
baby.
you for keep doing that. Like, all right, nigga, I need my royalties.
It's the Activated Podcast, baby. We here, West Coast Radio TV. You know what I mean? A very special episode.
Throw
we
your
are
dubs
here.
up.
What up, what up?
Throw your dubs up. It's your boy GDQ.
Real Walter Ford.
Mac 2301.
And today our special guest is Mr. DJ MTK.
Who is
What's up,
MTK?
what's up? Throw up your dubs. Who the fuck is that motherfucker? You know what? If you see him, let him know we need to talk to his ass. Because he's out. He's out.
He's gone. He ain't here.
The beef and word on the street, he got to go.
You got the show.
You got to get out of here. No, man, we appreciate you coming, though, bro, man.
Real
For
shit,
sure,
real
for
shit.
sure.
You've been doing a lot of big moves in the city, bro. You one of the most connected people I know.
Yeah,
you
for
know
sure.
What I'm saying?
For sure, for sure.
But for the people who don't know, let them know what you do.
Yeah.
I'm one of the owners of West Coast Radio. Actually, West Coast Entertainment Group is the LLC.
Ooh, got to put that out there, LLC.
The West Coast Radio, but somewhere on the wall.
Yeah,
Well, it's one of those. It's one of those licenses there.
We'll post it.
That's how you
West-
know it's real. You got the license on the wall, bitch.
West Coast Radio is the DBA, doing business as, under the entertainment group. And so yeah, I'm one of the owners of the company, directors, and we do events division, we do digital distribution. That's kind of like our three-headed monster right there.
Ooh.
Our goal is just to be connecting people just like this. There's by ourselves we can't do it, but when we're all together, we can really create something. I truly believe that. Truly believe that.
Yeah, for the people, I mean,
If y'all don't know, he been connecting a lot of people. Just to
yeah,
let
so,
y'all know.
okay, I'll
And I'm
Tell
open
my
for questions.
story.
I'm open
Yeah.
for questions.
I'll tell my story about how we met you because
Yeah.
we were doing the podcast and Delaney found something about the podcast expo. So
Okay.
was that the
Well,
first
that's
time
good
you
marketing. That means we were doing something on the
Yeah,
marketing.
we
didn't
for
know
other
you at
people
all.
to be hearing it. For other people to be hearing it.
Was that how it happened, Delaney? You found the
That's it.
podcast expo first?
Yeah, it was.
It was on Instagram, right?
Yeah, it was on
it was
Instagram
literally finding
somewhere,
it through
and
Instagram.
I initially sent the screenshot to you guys or whatever, and
You're like, let's check
And
this
we was
out.
like, hell yeah.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
really what it was. It was like, no, matter of fact, I think I did try to contact you, and you was like, it's filled, like all the opportunities
stop
are
by.
filled, but still come stop by
Right.
anyways. And me and Q, you know, we showed up because Walter, I believe you had a show. That's why you weren't there. You had a comedy show, but yeah, and. You know, we went there. We networked with everybody.
Did you guys connect with people
Are you
there?
talking about at
Yeah,
the podcast
yeah.
expo?
Yeah.
Talking about the
Matter of fact, podcast, the flyers right there.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Was that the
we got
first
that
one?
back up.
The
was
first one you did?
That
Yeah.
was the
Yeah,
That
yeah.
one was
right
lit.
across the street at Arts and Regs.
And I will
yeah.
tell you that the one story I do like sharing about that is that we were going to go get a booth at the podcast convention in Philadelphia. I could have another name, and there's like over 500 vendors there. And I was gonna buy a ticket. I was gonna buy a ticket to go to Philly. Were you guys someone here from Philly?
No, we not. We just Eagles fans. but-
Eagles fan. Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
I don't know
you
how that
already
works out. That's a whole nother podcast. That's a whole nother podcast.
That's a different episode.
Let's go
yeah.
Chargers. I had to buy a ticket for the airplane, for the hotel, and plus to get in there. It was a good $2,000 investment. But I was like, as a company, we were trying to say, just like kind of as you guys are saying, is how can I get more exposure?
Exactly.
How can I go and like reach a bigger audience and go to these type of events? But the more I did research on the actual podcast, and I forgot which one it is, and I'm not saying they're a bad fucking place. They're doing great. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, it wasn't my target market.
Exactly.
That's what I'm really saying right there. No one there probably fucked with hip hop. It was a bunch of public speakers and lawyers and doctors and, you know, all great people, you know, comedians. It was just a whole different lane.
Exactly.
And so I started looking for the ones in Las Vegas. I was like, okay, there has to be one in Las Vegas. And then I was like, let me look at the one in LA. There has to be the convention center one in LA for what we're trying to do. And there wasn't one. And that's when I was like, okay, how can we do this on a smaller level and connect some of the people like ourselves here that are in this room and bring us all together? In doing that, we then had to like somehow create like that one that you guys saw right there, and bringing everybody together, but little by little, because I knew there was an actual audience for it. But then all the
Exactly.
hard work then starts.
But I like that how you say that though, because a lot of people would just give up, like, oh, ain't no opportunity. This ain't. I'm not supposed to do this, whatever. But you just created the opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a hustler.
Yeah.
I'm a motherfucking hustler.
Exactly.
Let it be known.
Became
That's the
Cassidy
thing
real
too,
quick.
because like we've been at your next events, your successive events after that, and they've just gotten bigger.
Exactly.
Right? Like, so the most
Glad we
recent
part of
one
that,
was
too.
huge, and the block party coming up is going to be huge too, and it's going to be even bigger. So, like, what have you done to make, because a lot of people don't expand quickly like that, even with events. It's tough to put on events like that. So, what do you think most has been?
Well,
like-
I
What
think.
defines a hustle?
Well,
Yeah.
I think what I would share with everybody out there that's trying to create their own events, you really need to put a master plan. Let's think about Nipsey, R.I.P. Nipsey. You really do need to put together a master plan months, years in advance that you can start really having, and I'm calling it the green print.
Okay.
All right, because we're gonna be
Okay.
printing money in this motherfucker one day.
Okay.
But there's these checklists that we have, and I have multiple books around this motherfucker. Notebooks, books, I mean, of things that we just had, meetings today to go over everything that we're trying to cross off when it comes down to putting together successful events. And it starts, though, I'm gonna go back to how basic this is. You know what? I'm gonna tell everybody this is how basic it is. All you need to do is connect with enough like-minded individuals that are business savvy, that are trying to create their business too, and try to work together. You need 5, 10, 15, 20. Right now, we're probably like right around that 30 to 40 range of businesses that we're bringing together. That's what it comes down to. What's that saying? If you bring them, they will come. Right? If you build it, they will come. That's what it comes down to. Now, don't get me wrong. You could still do that and then throw a shitty event and no one's gonna come back. Right? But you need to start with the basics of just connecting people together and then trying to build from there. But that takes time. That really does. I mean, we're going on our second year of trying to achieve these goals.
But I mean,
Exactly.
I don't know, because
I
every
like
time
that.
I've gone, I feel like it's just gotten bigger and bigger, and so like I could feel it in the air. For anybody who's not been there, like you could feel it in the air that
Oh,
there's
yeah.
something going on
Oh,
there.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? Like
And
that's the place to
it's
be at that
anticipation.
time.
Exactly.
We talk about this all the time. What was in order? How many people have shown up through each event?
The first event across the street, and even before that, we had a launch party a year before that event. A launch party. When we rolled into 2018, that first 6 months, I really took a pause and said, we got to build the brand and the audience before we could really roll out another event. Then in that summer, we said, okay, we're going to put together the Podcast Expo, one for San Diego, and just bring local people from San Diego together. The goal was 25 to 50 people. I think there was at least maybe 50 to 75 people back over there at, shout out to Arts and Rec, at their venue and we had
Hey,
5.
I think, really quick, I think what's his name? YSG Peanut is performing there.
Yeah, next weekend. Next weekend. Shout out to the homie over there.
Yeah.
Arts and Rec, they're
Shout
doing
out
great
to
things. I mean, there's that 25 to 50 was the goal, but I knew we needed to bring 5 brands like us. If I could bring 5 brands like us, and I think at the time it was Go Ham, Slump Zone, ourselves, and then a couple other little entities, that we all brought 5 friends, that's 25 people right there. People already fuck with Arts and Rec. Then to put the branding behind it to create awareness and invite other people that don't know about it to come, maybe we can get another 25 people there.
Hey, Arts and Rec is dope.
I
as
like
shit,
that.
too.
So there was
Yeah,
that what?
yeah.
I like
Yeah.
how you piece it together. I
Right.
like how it's small pieces that add up to one big piece. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Instead of looking at it like one big mountain.
Well, because I'm like everybody else. You have that bigger vision, and it will crumble you
Exactly.
because it gets overwhelming, and you feel
Exactly.
too nervous, and it's too hard to accomplish anymore. But you just inch by inch. That's the way, the best way I can suggest to do it. The next one was the West Coast Podcast Expo, and we did that at World Beat Center, where we're gonna be back this summer, July 13th. For our West Coast
That's
Radio
a
Summer
Saturday.
Block Party, Saturday.
That's a Saturday, so y'all got
We
plenty
did
of
that-
time to request off.
Hey, if you ain't there, you're gonna be missing the fuck out. I will say that. However, that event we had you guys as one of the podcasters there, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
There was probably an additional 5 podcasters there and another 5 brands there.
Right.
So there was, you're talking about 10 vendors, right? Actually, I think we had
No,
15
there
vendors.
there was a lot.
There was like 15
Hey,
vendors.
bro, I'm telling you, there was
Yeah.
like 15 to 20 vendors there,
there
bro,
was like 10
between
to 15
everybody.
vendors there. But look at that, goes back to young, maybe not young, but young or old entrepreneurs trying to come together and realize there's something bigger than just what we're doing here.
Exactly.
For the culture, for the community, there isn't a lot of that. That's what, you know, and that's my lane. That's my lane. And then from there, going back and saying, okay, the San Diego Hip Hop Festival, we wanted to do something back for San Diego. We really it's something that, you know, for the artists that we could feature every year and get bigger. So that one was really successful because of the venue, though. Think of how good that venue was.
Yeah,
the
that
way
venue was amazing.
This is one thing I would share with people out there creating events. Venue and the space are so important to get more exposure. You need to strategically sit down and think about that as well when you start thinking about how you're going to be able to get people in the door and how it's going to look after you record it.
Let
That-
them know.
You dropping some gems, bro. I ain't gonna flex. You over here going in. You over here going in.
Let them know.
How do you feel like you got into? You said when you say this is your lane, like how and when did you feel like you figured it out? Like, all right,
Well, I definitely wouldn't say I figured it out. As a creating an entertainment company, I think I told you this story before. The homeboy in Oak Park, rest in peace, Lee. He was always taking me to these like little hip hop things, and he was a rapper since back in the day. Hey, dog, let's go do this. Let's go do that. And so like I was already kind of tagging along with him before we were doing any of this.
Exactly.
My other homeboy, he was getting like VIP bottle service in Vegas like all the time. I was meeting all these DJs and shit and fucking like, I was just having a great time. And I was just riding his coattails too. And at the time he was trying to create an events division and gather emails so he can build a database. One homeboy passed away and the other homeboy got like 8 years in prison. Actually, the other guy almost is about to get out. And at the time I was like, you know what? I want to remember them in a positive manner because that could be me. And let me see if I could take this on our shoulders and get it to the next level.
Exactly.
And so I just started taking some of those building blocks of what they kind of showed me and said, okay, well, our lane is, you know, hip hop really, right? Or for me, it's hip hop and dance music and just bringing businesses together. And from there, if you build it, they will come. Fans will come.
Exactly. Building the culture to bring everybody together.
Right.
sounds a lot like what I've always been trying to do. Like
Exactly.
one of the main reasons I came out here, you know, outside of like my own like personal goals was like to help put my people on. Like, you know, two of my favorite artists are my closest friends that I listen to. So it's like, man, if I'm going out here, I know I can like do something to like help them out because I truly feel like the artists that I listen to that nobody has never heard of should be heard because I feel like they're that good and I'm gonna do whatever I can to help them out. You know, Q is another artist. Like every move that I do, I try to do it to the point to where it helps the people with me because I feel like, you know, we all can eat. There's enough out here for everybody.
Exactly.
You know, I don't turn down eating, you know, no opportunity until I feel like, okay, this is not what I should be doing.
Right.
You know, so I feel that on like, you know, trying to.
Well, now we can
help
say
out.
this to have Mitchie Slick put his stamp of approval on it. I feel honored and blessed to have someone from the city that represents San Diego to, you know, a legend out here. That to me knows that we were onto
Yeah.
something special, and that we could
That's major.
be really scratching at something that we're talking about in a couple years from now. We're looking back at this video and this podcast, and we'll be like, whoa. Whoa.
Remember back then, bro? Remember we was in there
Now
over there looking
there's
like that?
goal.
doing this?
But really quick though, you talk about Mitchie Slick. Being that me and Walter are from Indiana, I'm not gonna lie, I did not know who Mitchie was. Bro, I'm in the
from
Midwest.
California. I'm from Northern California.
feel
I
like
didn't
you-
even know who Mitchie
so-
was. But when I came here, though,
But that's like being in New York and not knowing who Jay-Z was. You see what I'm saying? Like you should know who Mitchie Slick
Well,
is.
I would
if
say
you're
like
from Cali.
California is very like San Diego is like the ugly stepbrother. almost in a way. You know what I mean? Like Northern California and LA, they're the meccas of where entertainment is, right? Down here, there's gonna be a lot of people from LA and San Francisco that don't know who Mitchie is. On the underground tip, you're gonna probably have a majority of people that know who he is, just of like tracks he has out and stuff.
Yeah,
but in the
got a song with
majority,
E40 and stuff.
on the
He got a song with
majority,
Nick.
it is he's a legend here in San Diego.
Right.
100. That's
Yeah.
I
Hey.
came here and I was like, damn, he's really bossed up. He reminds me of some Bay artists who they just stay in the
But see,
Bay
the funny
and they
thing is,
own
is like,
the Bay.
at first,
Like,
I didn't know who he
you know what
was
I mean?
until.
He runs San Diego.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm saying like, but we had to learn that though.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
know
exactly.
that.
See,
Getting
and
here.
Mitchie was in a documentary on Gangland, so that gave a lot of notoriety to San Diego as well.
I didn't even
talking
know
about
that.
He
talking
got-
about go back and watch that video. Talking about Lincoln and shit, where they're from and everything. So like,
Yeah, and he had songs with Nipsey. He had songs with a lot of.
He got some
Lot
with
of
E40
people.
too.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
in the industry. That
Yeah, yeah,
motherfucker,
yeah,
that
yeah.
motherfucker's like he's paid he's done a lot of work.
Yeah.
I still respect his hustle. I really do. I respect his
No,
hustle.
I do too. I do
every
too.
time I sit down with them, and shout out to Mitchie, I'm actually impressed
Yeah.
by his work ethics and by his business savvy as a businessman trying to grow his brand. Like,
He's
I'm-
very knowledgeable.
He is.
He's very
I gotta
knowledgeable.
give it, I really do. I got to
and
give it
he
to him.
and he definitely like supports, his city in
Yeah,
any
exactly.
in any way he can.
And
He
that's
was
how you know-
actually at the last two events.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to Mitch.
No, he's a big
Yeah.
part of what we're building out here.
Yeah,
for sure.
shout out to Mitch.
I think without him, we probably would be a couple steps behind. Realistically.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That you got that stamp of approval. You know what I'm saying? A few events in. You know what I'm saying? Not even 10.
Well, that
15
took time
events in.
too. That's
But
been
yeah.
going on for a year.
Yeah.
Year and
But
a
it's
half.
work.
And I just told him the other day, I was like, it took us a year to get to this point. Like, we're releasing one of their artists' tracks. I'm excited about that.
That's
Mm.
that's
That
what's
takes
up.
trust. It takes time.
It does.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And,
oh yeah.
and you're from San Diego, bro?
I was born out here when I was a baby, and then as a teenager, my family moved to Phoenix, and then I came back as an adult.
Okay. And then
Now
now we here building this empire.
Yeah.
So my question is, my next question is, you're like almost starting to be the premier kind of media guy that a lot of the local artists are going to. So how did you establish that? And I mean, that's something you've been building for a while too. You got all the most known local rappers coming through. You're putting them on at your shows.
I think that the first year, and shout out to Denzel and Jesse, they put in a lot of work of interviewing a lot of these local artists, probably like everybody you see on that list right there. Poe Deezy, Teddy Benson, Mac Twan, Hardini, Bar One, DJ Birdie Bird. DJ Legend is a big part of what we do too. I think you know what I think people really need to understand too, like Legend and how deep his roots are here within the DJ world. DJ Artistic is in him. I mean, they're from the same like camp, No Sucker DJs. I mean, that to have him on the team, bro, that's priceless too. That's and him
Shout out
and
to them.
the Legend has been there from the beginning. Legend will tell you that he was there in the beginning. He was ride or die with my
Like
ass.
he saw the vision.
Oh yeah, he saw the vision. I think maybe that starts with me too, just selling it. But going back to your question, I think that we started to get strategic on interviews. I think that our goal was to put out a list of them to show people what we are and what we're trying to do, and then started getting a little bit more strategic, just like working with Destructo and working with management teams, and it was a strategy. It still
Yeah.
is a strategy. It really is. It still is a strategy.
I like how you say that. Like it's a strategy to accomplish the goals, because at first you said, like you said, it's 2-3 years out, a year and a half out, but then you chop that up into smaller victories. You know what I'm saying? You can say like, okay, how did you, I guess, learn those strategies, or do you kind of just make them up as you go and then just keep going with what works?
I would
or-
say that when I was younger, I was a hustler. When I got older, when I got older, I started transferring that hustle mentality when everybody was getting locked up or passing away into sales.
Yep.
And I thought, well, if I can sell this, I can sell that. Wrong. That wasn't that easy. I really had to pay some. I really had to pay some dudes and really learn what it meant to be a salesperson.
Yeah.
And door to door on the phone, like cold calling, like a motherfucker.
Oh, you was a real salesman. Like you was one of them.
But it got me out of the hood,
Sally
and it
Mae
got me out of hustling. Like once I found the sales life, I realized there's another way of not going to prison.
I like that. I like
So
that.
when I found it, I hung on to it. I didn't let it go, and that to me, I swear to you, has put me in a position to understand what to do here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, cause to accomplish goals and to write them down and create networks, because it's almost the same thing. It's just a different product.
Exactly. Exactly.
And evidently, I can talk, and that wasn't a problem either. Interviewing artists.
Hey,
Yep. It
hey, I mean,
translates.
people be asking me like, why do I stay in retail with my working? It's man, because I know how to talk. Like,
Yeah, it translates.
I don't. You know how many different people I meet a day working?
It translates.
These fools at
I'm
the
at Seinfeld, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
these
like-
fools are like great at
there's
that.
like no like. I've
Great at it.
I've worked at Sally Mae, so I've
Bro, I had sales down to a T. When I would walk into a business, I had it down like a comedian would have a punchline.
Yeah.
I had it down to a T. Hey, I was in the area. I was just stopping by.
Ask our boss.
I figured I'd introduce myself. I was just meeting with one of your neighbors. Hey, we were showing him something. I just figured I'd share with you too. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Look
I
at
don't know.
this
You
is-
might like it.
This is. And they'd be like, okay, what were you showing them? And I'm like, okay, this is. And I'd already have it ready.
Yeah,
Like, look, I have a
exactly.
cost analysis. I'm like, look at this is. It was internet to like Cox or AT&T. Like, hey, this is
Hey
what.
man,
This
I
is
sold
what.
home security
Right.
to motherfuckers in Muncie, bro.
Yeah.
Don't tell me.
Bro, I had it, but I had it down to a science where I would get them to say, okay, maybe I'd be interested too. All I need is your last invoice. I'll send you something in the next 48 hours. If it makes sense, I'll come back. If not, and I'd be in and out. That's all I would do, be in and out. And that's what got me. That's a hustler, though.
Yeah, exactly.
That's that hustler mentality.
Exactly.
But that took time.
Exactly.
That took time.
You
But
had
I
to
noticed
mold
with
it.
there, like it's easier, like for me to go into a venue or go talk to another business. I don't have that problem.
Because you've already put them
I would
hours
say this,
in.
Yeah, I would say this. One of our first checks we got were with Mad Decent Records, which is on the wall over there.
Mm-hmm.
Introduced us to Columbia Records. And when we had that meeting in the Sony parking lot of Columbia, that I was ready for.
Yeah.
That
you-
all my sales experience, because then you're talking to corporate America. You know what I
It
mean?
built up to right that moment.
Right.
Hell yeah.
I can definitely be a chameleon, but more and more I'm doing this, and more I'm. I know there's a time and place for everything.
Hell yeah. I like, bro. I love
Because I'm
how
sure you guys have seen me
translate.
turn up before.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah! I seen you at all the events, bro. You. I see one
That
side
first-
of your face.
it's like
other
this,
side of
no,
your
it's
face.
like
First
this.
event, we almost went to jail.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
Yeah.
I would say I went.
I wasn't there. I didn't know that. That's how
That
you
was
do
it,
it.
that one across the street.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
walking around with
Is
a
that-
bottle of Henny.
Oh, you were turned.
Oh, I was turned the fuck up that day.
Yeah,
Oh.
people were smashed at that one.
Because
People were
well,
They had,
my-
like,
smashed at
kids.
that
yeah,
one.
we started buying more beers. It became a party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It became a party.
Say no more. I didn't know that.
that
I'm
shit
sad
was-
I missed that part. Damn. I was walking
But
around
no,
with some Henny.
like that's how I met about Slum Zone. That's how I met about Louisville Got Next. That was also the first
Go Ham.
time like us meeting Go Ham.
Smoke Dog was there that day.
Yeah, Smoke Dog.
Denzel.
A.D. Walker.
Legend.
Shit.
Yeah.
There was a everybody there is pretty much how Adonis the hottest. He was there. That was the first
Yeah.
time like we had like chopped it up.
Don Elway.
Yeah, he was there. Like so, yeah.
Mhm.
Like that first.
And I
That
think
first
too,
event.
talking about with artists, real recognize real. When they come in here, they know they're fucking with some real people. In here
Hell
and shit,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think they see the business side to it too, and it's like, okay, these guys are really trying to do something. I think people respect that.
Hell
I
yeah.
can fuck with it.
I
I
agree
fuck
with that
with it
totally
heavy.
because you it's something you don't really have to say. It's just known. You know what I'm saying? And
I
then
think
that-
me and Q unanimously like when we left there, we was like, "Hey, bro, we gotta get in that next one."
Hell yeah.
We both was like, "Yeah, we gotta get in that next one."
Well,
dog."
and to be honest, your events are the only events we do. So, I mean, like, it's for Activated. I feel like we try to maintain some type of exclusivity in a way. But you know what I mean. So we really like your events, basically. is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? We've had a good time, and we saw it from the first one. We said, okay, like let's go, and it's been almost a year since
Well, and
then.
anything
So
too,
it's-
that vision of mine was like, how sick would it be to walk into a venue and you got 10 online radio stations or podcasters or bloggers, a media company down one row, right?
Hell yeah.
And as an artist, you're like, well, shit, I get to hit 20 in one spot.
I got options.
Yeah, I get to
I
hit
got
20 in
options.
one spot. You know what I mean? Your exposure now, it just got elevated. Then if you create that other row, like a wraparound, there's another 10. And that to me is like, when that day happens, we're scratching on the surface right now.
Exactly.
We really are. That's what's exciting, is we're really scratching on the surface. It's not impossible.
Exactly.
You know, the dream will actually be a reality, and then we'll be talking about like, okay,
Bigger
now how do
steps.
we do this shit?
Bigger
Right,
steps, step
right.
by step.
Yeah. And you guys are, you know, a part of this success with us.
I'm glad. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm glad we part of it, bro, because we, like I said, I see the work, man, and it's behind the scenes. It's not what you see in the game. It's what you do in practice. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What you do at home.
Right.
And he was talking about we like your events. Let's talk about the next event coming up. You know what I'm saying?
West Coast Radio Summer Block Party,
Woo!
July 13th at Balboa Park.
That's
We
a
are gonna.
Saturday.
That is a Saturday, and this event we're gonna have 40 vendors. We're gonna have podcasters. We're gonna have online radio stations. We're gonna have local clothing brands. We're gonna have Tortillas de Lola. She makes fresh homemade tortillas there. Bomb ass carne asada tacos. I mean, I'm talking about some real Southern California,
Like-
San Diego shit. Like you might as well
Like-
be in TJ.
Yeah.
We're also gonna have Chiba Hut giving away 20 free subs to the first 20 people that get in the door. We're gonna have Babylon Gardens is gonna be one of our premier cannabis sponsors.
Not again.
Everybody,
Every time.
look at, that's why you guys have a good time. Look at everybody contributing. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
I've
That's why it's a
never
good
seen
time.
someone get a whole room so high before. Never. I've never seen
those gummies.
one
Get
group
those
of people
edibles.
get so many people so high at one time.
Get those
One.
gummy and those edibles. I mean, they help us throw the party right.
No,
right?
no.
Right. No,
Hey,
and no,
first of all-
I didn't mean not again. Like
Yeah.
it's bad.
Yeah, but then-
and then
look
not
at-
again.
What's
Like
fun
damn.
too is we're still gonna have the models there as well. So
Yeah.
I love that portion of it. We're gonna have a photography shoot there as well. We're gonna be chilling on the outside playing dominoes. Like it's gonna be a real block
got
party. We're
everything.
gonna have maybe some popcorn. We're gonna have some snow cones. Like it's gonna feel like a summer. You know what I mean? Like you're chilling with the
Yeah.
homies on
Community.
the block. Yeah, you're chilling.
Community.
I was thinking
It
maybe.
sound like a motherfucking block party.
Right. Like we don't need to complicate shit. You know what I
Nah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
let's just go out there, have fun, work with local businesses.
What you getting into? Shit, I'm about to
Premier
hit this block
artists,
party.
yeah, premier artists, and just chill on a Saturday in the summertime. That's it. Tropia does West Coast.
Real shit.
Keep it wavy.
That shit.
Hell yeah. That's
it's a-
just gonna be lit.
Yeah, I'll say.
Shout out to the Activated Podcast. They're one of our premier sponsors as well. So you definitely need to fuck with them when you're there. You probably
Come
won't
through.
miss them because they'll be right up front.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
Doing interviews. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
No, make sure y'all pull up though. Shout out to all the other vendors too. You know, Keg and Bottle, True Grind Apparel. Like I said, we said Babylon Guards. Yeah, really quick, bro. Yeah, I can't do that.
Shout out, yeah. Shout out to
Babylon
Babylon.
Guards had
It's
me all
happened so
kind
many times I know to like take one or two because I'll sit there and be like munching and then 2 hours later I'm like, dude, no, like I gotta go in the car because I'm
'Cause they be
paranoid,
passing
bro.
out the
very
free
first,
edibles.
the very first time.
I ate 15 cups of free edibles. 15 cups of free edibles, bro. I died,
Didn't show
Twice.
up for work.
bro.
This motherfucker got sick
Well, then
2
you
weeks
get like
later.
a body high and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, you get that body high. I remember. I got a good story. I remember leaving
Nigga, I got
Coachella.
fingernail high,
I
bro.
remember coming back from Coachella, trying to get back to reality. My body was like buzzing. Like I was like, what the fuck is going on? It wasn't like a hangover, you know what I mean? Like from alcohol and shit. Like my body was like pulsating.
Tingling.
It was pulsating. And like the 24 hours, I'm like, what the fuck is going
My-
on? Like I couldn't even think straight. I was in a fucking haze. I was like, God, that's what happens when you're doing shrooms and fucking
Yeah,
smoking
yeah.
and drinking and all
Whatever
of
they
the
put
above.
in there,
Yeah.
shit. Keep doing it.
Dead. But yeah, nothing against Babylon. I fuck with them heavy.
no, that's what I
fuck
said.
with
Keep
them
doing
heavy.
it.
They're family. Big shout out
Yeah,
to Babylon Garden.
they're the
Shout out
fam
to
for
Babylon
real.
Gardens.
I was just saying, like, God damn, man. I'm good. I told him last festival, I was like, yeah, I can't do the edibles. I got shit to do. But yeah, shout out to all the sponsors, all the vendors that's gonna be there. Shout out to
Watkins
all the
Bell
artists.
Bonds, Babylon Gardens,
Yo, wha-bam,
Activated
wha-bam,
Podcast, Go
wha-bam,
Ham Radio, Chiba
wha-bam.
Hut.
Oh, no, I was
I love
like,
that Chiba Hut's involved. That's another good one.
Yeah, Chiba Hut's lit.
They
That's
got the
another good
food.
one.
They got the subs on deck. Shout out to the a lot of the artists that are performing there
Mhm.
too. Are we gonna give our names or are we just gonna let them wait? They'll see. They'll
We'll
know.
post it. We'll post it.
Yeah.
We're gonna have 20 live
Stay tuned.
performances. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be fun.
2 stages.
All hip hop.
Bitches.
Little cipher.
Oh,
I'm gonna hop on
Yeah,
that.
we have a little cipher and shit. Yeah.
I'm gonna hop on the cipher.
Yeah. We gotta have like an open mic cipher, you know?
I'm hopping on the cipher.
Yeah. But
I'm
that's
all
what makes
for
it fun though. You know, that's really what what makes it fun.
I'm gonna eat 15 more cups.
Right.
Of the edibles, and I'm gonna hop right in the cipher. Like,
And
you ever see that video when that dude got stuck? That's gonna be me.
You got your boop quote? Because we.
Oh yeah. Because this is a short episode. You're right.
it ain't
I
gotta
do
be
got
gotta
it.
be short. Yeah, but
Oh yeah. No.
Saturday, was it Saturday, July 13th? World Beat Center, Balboa Park. Make sure y'all pull up.
About to be the event of the summer in Dago.
Bro,
No
I
cap.
believe
Underground
so, yeah.
event.
I
of
believe
the summer.
so. I believe so.
Seriously.
where's that? No cap.
It's no cap.
No cap. That
No
is-
capping going on here.
I'm hype. I'm hype. Like, and
yeah,
I'm
no,
thankful.
it's gonna be a good time.
thankful
I'm
for
really
this
excited.
Pull it
Thankful
up.
for it too. It's a quote.
Oh, okay.
All right.
We got this segment. Walter always ends it with a boop quote.
Okay.
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
quotes. I love quotes.
Yeah.
Gives
yeah,
us
me too.
Walter's game.
I punch
So
with
I,
it.
I get down with quotes all the time, bro. Like every day, I try to find a different quote to help me live right, get my mind right. This
I'm the same way.
Yeah. It's important, bro. A lot of stuff isn't new; it's just reinvented. So,
Right. True.
this one's short. It's by Charles R. Swindle. He says, "Life is 10% what happens to you, and 90% how you react to it." So when I saw that,
Very true.
yeah, it was short, sweet, to the point. When I saw that, I immediately thought of how I always feel like as people we put too much responsibility on us to control outside circumstances, and we don't put enough energy or effort into controlling our inward feelings about the circumstances.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's only certain things that we have control of. And when you understand that life has a flow to it, or life is working towards you, or life really isn't fair, you know, but at the end of the day, you get what you put out, then it all works out for you.
Someone told me this, and I completely agree with it. It's harder to be negative than it is to be positive. It takes more energy to be negative than it does to be positive.
Takes more muscles to
really
frown
does.
than
Yeah.
it is to smile.
Hell yeah.
You know?
No cap.
And to just close out, I just truly hope that people watch this and understand that whatever happens to you in life, you still have the power to react to it, because there's a small second between stimulus and reaction, and that's like your willpower or choice.
Right.
And everything in life is neither positive or negative, it's neutral. It's just how you react to it. So
That's crazy.
And
That's
I'll tell you
crazy.
the
Boop.
last 10 seconds on that.
boop.
That when that happens, you know, it takes emotional intelligence, and that's hard. It is super
like that.
hard
Yeah, that's
to
a
be
good
able
book.
to separate yourself from that moment that it hits you. If you breathe for 10 seconds, take a walk, get up, move around 10 seconds, that's all you need to do, and put logic back into your mind, and then evaluate how you're really going to react. You'll make a better decision. I guarantee that.
That's so crazy, really quick, because like I literally said something along those lines the day before yesterday. It was a quote that I had found, and it was like, no matter what happens, no matter how far you seem to be away from where you want to be, never stop believing that you will somehow make it.
Right.
And that's just basically, like you said, always trying to keep that positive mindset. Like, okay, this happened. All right, how can I keep going? You know,
Exactly.
through all your battles.
How do you react to it? Because
Yeah.
if you see yourself as whatever you want to be,
The victim.
yeah,
for example.
Yeah,
like
It
exactly.
always happens to me.
Exactly. Then that happens to you.
Yeah, negative
Yeah,
Nancy's
it goes
walking
both
right around the
ways. So
corner
if you see yourself as a person that's a loser, or that doesn't win, or unlucky, then unlucky things happen to you. Or when good things do happen to you, you only pay attention to the unlucky things. You know, so it goes both ways.
yeah, everything is
And-
balance.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm in the boop quote on that. I know we gotta get
Let
up out
them
here.
know.
Woo boop. No, I'm just playing.
Shout out to the
But yeah.
Activated Podcast, stopping by the station. Hey, this is your guys' second home right here. Whenever you guys want to come through, stop by.
Appreciate
We
you coming
appreciate
through,
it,
bro.
yeah,
You've been
for real.
dropping all gems the whole episode, bro. Like, Man, I always love coming to this room. You always feel the energy.
I'll take
the
it when I
vibes.
can get it because it ain't always that way.
This is the first time I ever even been in here, so it's
Yeah,
been
exactly.
good vibes, bro. Let me tell you,
Exactly.
it's good vibes.
Shout out West Coast Radio TV.
Yeah, we appreciate
Yes,
you,
sir.
man.
Yes,
we
sir.
appreciate you, man.
Hey,
Shout out to Watkins Bell Bonds.
hey,
Watkins Bell Bonds. Good
you,
lighters.
You watching this before you click next or anything like that? Y'all already know what it is. It's the Activated Podcast. Subscribe, like, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook. Do the exact same steps for West Coast Radio TV. This your boy Mac 2301.
Real Walter Ford.
GDQ.
Who the fuck is DJ MTK, man? Tell us that he got to go.
We out.
Throw your dubs up. We out.
Boo.
Boo.
6 side.
Nice, that was fun.
Boom.
Damn.